Welcome to the Forest's Cutest Baby Show. Get ready to meet Mama Mila and her extraordinary little one, Pip, in Storup's Mama Mila's Dearest Darling, a story about how love makes every baby truly special.
The forest buzzed with excitement as whispers of the grand baby animal show spread from tree to tree. Jupiter, the wise leader, had promised a special prize for the most charming baby, and every mother animal felt their heart flutter with anticipation. Mama Mila, a loving and proud monkey, was especially thrilled, her heart nearly bursting with joy for her little one. She carefully groomed little Pip, her tiny baby, making sure he was clean and comfortable for the big day. "Today's our day, my dearest Pip," she cooed, gently stroking his soft, wispy fur. She imagined seeing all her friends and showing off her precious bundle. The thought of the grand event made her tail wag with delight. She couldn't wait to introduce little Pip to everyone in the bustling forest. Early in the morning, even before the dew had completely lifted from the leaves, Mama Mila and little Pip began their journey to the clearing. The path was alive with chirping birds and rustling bushes, but Mama Mila kept her pace, eager to arrive. She was determined to be among the first, ensuring little Pip had the best spot to meet all the other forest babies. As they approached, giggles and excited chatter could already be heard, a symphony of animal voices filling the air. Mama Mila tightened her hold on little Pip, a thrill running through her at the thought of the festivities. She knew this would be a day to remember for her precious baby and herself. The clearing was already bustling with proud animal parents, each one eager to show off their little ones. There were fluffy fox kits, bouncing baby bunnies, and sleek deer fawns, all looking adorable in their own unique ways. Mama Mila found a perfect spot near the center, where little Pip could get a good view of everything and everyone could see him. She straightened the tiny garland of berries she had woven for his neck, a small token of her immense love. With a deep breath and a joyful heart, Mama Mila stepped forward, presenting little Pip to the other contestants and their families. Her eyes glowed with unspeakable affection, convinced her baby was the star of the entire show. Then, a strange silence fell over the usually noisy clearing, replacing the happy chatter. One by one, the other animals turned their gaze towards Mama Mila and her presented baby. A tiny gasp, then another, rippled through the curious crowd, followed by suppressed snickers and muffled giggles. Little Pip, with his flat nose, wide pop eyes, and sparse, wispy fur, did not look quite like the other soft, fluffy babies. He was uniquely himself, and to some, he seemed rather peculiar compared to the common definition of baby cuteness. Mama Mila, though, saw only perfection when she looked at her precious son. A few giggles quickly grew into widespread laughter, echoing through the peaceful forest clearing. The sleek fox kits snickered behind their paws, while the bouncy baby bunnies wiggled their noses in amusement. Even the usually calm deer fawns couldn't help but let out small tittering sounds, their eyes wide with comical surprise. The sound of their mirth, a .3 scene. Mama Mila's tender smile faltered slightly at the unexpected reaction from the crowd, her heart feeling a tiny pang of hurt. But then her gaze fell upon little Pip, snuggled safely in her arms, and her determination hardened like a seasoned forest oak. "Laugh if you will," she declared, her voice ringing out with unwavering love and courage, silencing the giggling animals. She stood tall, refusing to let their judgment dim the bright light of her motherly affection. To her, little Pip was the most beautiful creature in the entire world, and no amount of laughter could change that undeniable truth. Her posture conveyed her deep conviction. Her eyes, brimming with an unshakable love, swept over her tiny baby's unique features, finding charm in every single one. "Though Jupiter may not give him the prize," she continued, her voice softening but still carrying power, I know in my heart that he is the prettiest, the sweetest, and the dearest darling in the whole wide world." Each word was a caress, a balm to her precious little Pip, who looked up at her with trusting wide eyes. She showered him with little kisses, inhaling his sweet baby scent, feeling a warmth spread through her chest. Her declaration wasn't just for the other animals. It was a reaffirmation of her boundless, unconditional love. He was her everything, the most perfect being she had ever known. Just as the last echoes of Mama Mila's heartfelt declaration faded, a majestic shadow fell over the clearing. Jupiter, the wise old owl, descended gracefully from the highest branch of the ancient oak tree, his large, luminous golden eyes sweeping over the silent crowd. He was known for his fairness and wisdom, and all the animals respected his judgment deeply. A hush immediately fell over the gathering, as every creature turned their attention to him, sensing the importance of his presence. Jupiter landed softly on a lower, sturdy branch, his snow-white feathers rustling almost imperceptibly as he settled. He gazed at Mama Mila and then at the other animals, his expression calm and profound. "Indeed, every mother's child is beautiful in her eyes," Jupiter hooted, his voice resonating with ancient wisdom, carrying clearly through the still forest air. The animals listened, completely captivated by his words, understanding that a valuable lesson was about to unfold. He turned his head slowly, first to Mama Mila, offering a gentle, knowing nod, and then to the other animals who had laughed. "True beauty," he continued, his golden eyes twinkling softly, "is not merely in the outward appearance that some may praise." The assembled creatures exchanged thoughtful glances, beginning to reflect on their earlier reactions. Jupiter continued, his voice now gentle yet firm. "It is in the boundless love, the tender care, and the deep devotion a parent shows to their child that true beauty truly shines. What greater prize is there than the heart full of a mother's unconditional love?" He then looked directly at Mama Mila, a warm, heartfelt expression on his wise face. "Mama Mila, your love for little Pip radiates brighter than any prize I could conjure." A wave of understanding swept through the animal audience, their previous laughter now replaced by a quiet sense of reflection. They began to see little Pip through Mama Mila's loving eyes, recognizing the purity of her unwavering affection and its inherent beauty. A ripple of murmurs spread through the crowd, not of laughter, but of thoughtful agreement and understanding. The once judgmental animals now looked at Mama Mila with respect, and at little Pip with newfound acceptance. They had learned a valuable lesson about seeing beyond the surface. Mama Mila felt a rush of warmth and relief, her heart swelling with gratitude for Jupiter's wise words. She held little Pip even closer, planting a soft kiss on his uniquely shaped head. Her beloved baby, her dearest darling, was now being looked upon with kindness and understanding. From that day forward, little Pip was not just Mama Mila's dearest darling, but also a cherished member of the forest community. The other baby animals, initially surprised, soon found joy in playing with the energetic little Pip, who was full of playful monkey mischief. Mama Mila often saw other mothers observing her and little Pip with tender smiles, remembering Jupiter's profound words. She knew that true beauty was a feeling, a deep connection of love that was more precious than any golden prize. And little Pip, surrounded by acceptance, grew up knowing he was perfectly loved forever. This heartwarming tale teaches us that beauty isn't always what meets the eye, nor is it about winning a contest. It's about the deep, unconditional love that parents have for their children, seeing them as the most precious beings in the world. It reminds us to look beyond appearances and to celebrate the unique qualities that make everyone special and loved. Just like Mama Mila, we should always cherish our loved ones for exactly who they are, knowing that their true beauty shines from within, fueled by love and acceptance. This is the greatest lesson of all for our hearts and minds.
Ever dreamed of being the hero? Now you get to be the star. Your adventure starts at TalesMio. Visit talesmio.com now.